All right, there we go. Old school. Kick it old school. Let me share this over to the people that were in the other stream. So bear with me here as we go. So welcome. Welcome. So we'll see who can find it and maybe roll in. There we go. I think people are finding me. Hopefully this sounds better. There we go. Audio is good now. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with there. Good morning, everybody. Let me just turn everything else off. I don't know what's happening. It was an issue with OBS, I guess. Who knows? I'll have to sort that thing out. But thanks for the patience, everybody. Let me take off the old live stream so people don't get confused as we go, and they'll find us here. Back to the old StreamYard. There it is. Good morning. There we go. As we go through here, Nadia, welcome. Thanks for your help. Thanks for sorting things out. Sound works. All good. And audio is good now. That's good to hear, Jason. Audio is good. And the coffee is still hot. So we're all good. Now, where were we? We throws for a loop. We had it, and you know what? I lost the chat. I would have lost the chat. Candace, if you're watching, I lost your chat GPT. So if you're coming back here, if you're coming back on, repost your chat GPT joke. We didn't actually get into that. So always a fun way to start the Friday. It's good. Appreciate it. Nothing. Been pretty lucky actually, because this is stream. Well, now I guess this is technically stream 81, but that was we're stream 80 number on the channel, and we've actually never had really any technical difficulties. I had when I tested everything out, everything was working fine. So I don't know what's going on. Friday you would expect it on a Monday, but I guess Friday. Hey, it happens. It's all good. So hopefully everybody can kind of find us. We'll kick around for a bit as people find the new stream to come through and post it up there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over and share this on the community tab so people can find me and give them some time to come back and find the new stream as we go. And I'll make sure it goes up to the homepage. That's the main thing for people. And it does need a thumbnail so people can find us as well as people roll in here. So thanks for your patience. It's too good. It's okay. It's Friday. That's the thing. There we go. Put my thumbnail there. Yeah, we're good. Turn that on. I got the replay. We are good. Back to normal. Yeah, you missed the fun part, Abigail, but good to have you here. You never know what's going to happen when you hit that button and go live. That's for sure. So we're back. Plan C. That's all good. So we'll wait as people kind of roll in. They'll find us. They'll find us for the new stream, hopefully. And I'm just gonna 1 sec. I was just actually gonna share this over on the tab that people can roll in as we go. All good. Hopefully you have a good week, Abigail. Always good to have you here, Nadia as well. Good stuff. And well, let's get off to the races. So just a couple of articles. Well, mainly just one kind of article today to that I kind of pulled up, which goes with a little bit with what we were talking about this past little week or so, shared from MC, and MC was on the last chat. Hopefully they made it to this one. They'll hopefully find us, and they'll hopefully come in and be able to join. But let me share this tab. Sorry, I'm back with StreamYard, so this is back new again. So I have to find it. There we go. Here we go. Let's share this and bring that on. There we go. We were talking about and hand pink. I'm not sure what icon that is. It doesn't show. It doesn't show on. It doesn't show on StreamYard. But welcome back, MC, and your name shows up in StreamYard. So who knows? I don't know what's going on. Hard to say. We'll have to figure things out. It must have been an OBS issue. We'll have to see. Actually, while I'm here, I might as well. Let's just take this off. I might as well figure it out if it was actually this microphone or not, because I can actually switch my mic. Just give me 1 sec here, if I can. So maybe that sounds, if that sounds terrible, let me know, because then I know it's the mic and not anything else. But who knows? Software details always not working. So hopefully that sounds good. Welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Candace, we'll hopefully see it and catch your joke, because I saw it, but I didn't get a chance to read it. Unfortunately, too bad. But we will catch it. MC, but welcome back, because we were talking about, you had mentioned last week with European investments, kind of looking out for 2023. And this popped up on my news feed this morning, which was good. And again, thanks again for sharing those articles. I am slowly getting through them, but investors flocking to European stocks, leaving US behind, according to the Bank of America. And this was pretty substantial, actually, what I was read here. So US, basically, European stocks are having the fastest pace of inflows in nearly a year. This is according to Bank of America. European stock funds had 3.4 billion of inflows in the week through January 25th, and that is the largest addition since, I guess, last February. Where does it break into here? That goes down to the number here, comparing it to investors. Emerging market equities outpaced other regions in the week with emerging markets 7.9 billion coming in, and US stocks just saw 300 million. So everybody seems to be looking at Europe and the emerging markets this year. We did talk about this a little bit in the last couple times, and somewhere to maybe look at, right? Obviously, we're not on the channel to tell anybody exactly where to put their money, but it's always be open to other sectors, other geographies as well. There was an article that MC shared, and if anybody wants these articles, let me know, because I can shoot you an email. Just emails in the about page. But it did mention about, we talked about a little bit few streams ago about people overly weighting on their home turf kind of thing. So I mean, I'm guilty for it in my TFSA with a lot of Canadian and North American stocks. So just something to keep in mind. Look outside North America for some opportunity. That was the article that I wanted to pick up on today, just to kind of share with everybody. Candace, welcome back. This one is working. Good to see. It must be it's an OBS issue, software issue. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. That'll be my weekend. I guess maybe I'll jump on for a stream at some point on the weekend and try and sort things out. Why that wasn't working. First time wasn't working. Since you are here, Candace, though, if you still have it saved and open, drop your chat GPT into the chat, because I wanted to read that. I was about to read it as we were getting terrible sound. And there it is. You don't disappoint. Thank you. Chat GPT joke of the day. So terrible. But I was going to say banker. Why did the bakers? Let's try this again. Thrown off today. Let me tell you. What did the baker say when the stock market took a dive? Looks like it's time to need some cash. Yeah, everybody needs some cash. Never. Those are so bad, but they're good. I appreciate those. I find myself using ChatGPT more and more for a lot of things. I use it for helping out with the YouTube channel. There's lots of kind of cool things. If people haven't used ChatGPT, check it out. It's definitely worth it's definitely worth kind of checking out for things, not just jokes, not just jokes. Um, let's pull over here. The other page that I had to share was let's do this one sec. Was, as always, the Coffee Crew. This is the Coffee Crew watch list. If there's anything else that anybody wants to add to this, do let me know. Kind of just like to keep an eye on what's happening. These are a lot of some of the holdings and stocks, ETFs that the channel, channel viewers are kind of keeping an eye on. It's also kind of a good overview. These are a lot of ETFs here that people have in their portfolios. So if you're looking for different ETFs, different sectors, might be a place to kind of check out some. Sometimes it's hard to read. I know these stock tickers, but if you had something that you're maybe looking at, we can drill into it. Just let us know in the chat, and we can kind of a lot of the people that are watching and joining in all the time are the ones that are will know a lot about these, so they can kind of steer you in the right direction if you're looking for somewhere new to invest in a lot of sectors. We do have some of the European ones in there that we talked about. One of them is it's the iShares XEF was in there, and there's the Gold XGD. That's the gold one, but it was we were talking about iShares Core. This was this one that some people are kind of keeping their eye on. So just something to be aware of. Look outside your backyard, I think is maybe the thing to do in 2023. It's yeah, we'll have to see. Other than that, in terms of channel portfolio investing, I can speak for myself. I haven't done any new deposits. That's sticking. I'm really being diligent this year and sticking with the plan. The only thing that was changed is last week when I sold, and I talked about this in my video. I sold, kind of got rid of a dud of the portfolio, took a loss, obviously, but it's kind of, it's, for once it was kind of a good decision. So I sold off my well, it wasn't all a dud. I sold off some REI and I put it into the Tesla yield shares, and then I sold off my Solar Alliance Energy for a loss, knowing that I would hopefully put this again into, I put that into the Tesla yield as well. Tesla's been doing great lately, so that's kind of was a nice decision. I'm not a trader by any means, I'm more of a buy and holder, but I think I finally made a good kind of decision on that. It's been doing well. Tesla earnings were good. I follow the company. I don't follow it, I think, as closely as a lot of people follow Tesla, but I think I got there on a good price. And I know there's a few people on the channel that had purchased that new a new ETF. Vic was one. I think there's a couple other people. Candace, I think you purchased the the yield Tesla. So I think anybody that kind of bought it within the last couple of weeks is doing quite well. I think it's up from when it first was released. So I think everybody's doing quite good. It seems to be kind of a one to get, and the not to chase yield, but the yield on it is pretty spectacular right now. So we'll have to see if it continues. That's the only thing. So you ran a dividend. I'm just thrown off today. It's Friday. Lucky it's Friday. You ran a dividend capture strategy on YTSL. Are you going to be doing a video on YTSL, Candace? That might be a good one, because I think there's from reading about it and from kind of some of the comments I've had, there seems to be a bit of interest on that. I follow. As much of it, you want to take a lot of the comments on Yahoo Finance as with a grain of salt, but it seems like a little bit of a undiscovered gem at point. So you sold this morning. I sold this morning for for a profit, because the dividend is the the ex-dividend date is today. Yeah, that's right. All the purpose ones sell off because the ex-dividend date was done. It also happens with the PSA. You'll see it drop down too, because people take their you did do, yeah, that's right. You did do a video on that whole new You did. That's right. You did the one, not individual. I think Tesla seems to be the one with the highest yield. So good for you. So there you go. Made money. Um, I think there's still room for Tesla to go up. I'm going to hold on to mine and ride it out. You probably obviously didn't have it. I don't know if you had it in your TFSA or not or whatever, but I'll hold that one for a bit. That's for sure. That was kind of the plan anyways with the CDR. So we'll see what goes, but nothing wrong with taking some money. Good play. We're not a trader channel, but it's good. It's nice to always, it's nice when people always make money. So it was in your day trader account. Okay. Good to know. Yeah. I should have, yeah. Anyways, that's good. I do have, did you sell and did you keep your TFSA or did you sell? You're probably keeping your TFSA, I'm going to assume, but could be wrong. Yeah, the only I have a like a, what am I trying to say here? I'm just thrown right off today. I do have a small account on an unregistered account. I don't share it on the channel because it's got like a couple of things in it and it's nothing super exciting, but I have had, and this is from a long time ago. I do have I have some Air Canada. That's why I've been kind of watching it on the Coffee Crew one. I've had it forever, not forever, but for a very long time, and it's finally now. I think I'm gonna hopefully be. I'm gonna be selling it soon because it's finally doing when I bought it, what it's supposed to do. I think Air Canada is gonna kind of keep going up till the earnings next month, and then I'll probably sell it off. So there we go. Yeah. So you keep your TFSA for your long-term dividend plays. Yeah. And that's kind of my goal with that one. So, I mean, I won't quite get enough to buy another share of the yield Tesla, but I'll put it in something else or just top it up and keep trying to buy one, build it up. I think there's some good, I think with the yield Tesla, there's some really good room definitely for some dividends and some yield, as the name says. But I think there's probably some growth, pretty good growth there as well, as we're seeing right now. Whether that carries on, it's always hard to know. MCVDY, they were pretty low. That popped up. It was it? I'm gonna pull up the news. Let me pull that up because I did see that. Where did I see it? Bear with me here. Okay, let's pull this up. And hopefully you can see this. Let me hide this. This is these are all the Vanguards, but let's see, VDY. Yeah, super low. 2 cents. Just over 2 cents. And I don't know why that would be, but yeah, because it's usually, what was it, last month was about 12-ish or so. Yeah. So not sure why, but that's quite down. Must be something to do with being the new year. But there we go. 0 point. And then let me see what MC. Let me just search what it was last month because I can't remember. I want to see if it's posted on dividend history yet. Yeah, here we go. This shows more. Let's pull this up. Thrown off here. There we go. Oh, you might not be able to read this, but basically, yeah. So BDY it was 14.79 cents last for December. So for the January payout, and then it was 2 cents, just over 2 cents, down 84 0.17% on VDY. I remember reading that and thought that was really low for whatever reason. But then I didn't read too much farther into it. I almost kind of thought it was like a special dividend for a second. Somebody they put out extra, but no, there we go, 2 cents. So not much coming in from. There's not going to be much to reinvest in VDY this month, unfortunately. I still will add to that one though, MC. That's the one I've been buying once a week, one share. With part of that, I do $100. I put $50 into PSA. I buy a share of VDY and then put the rest into VFV, the S&P. That's the goal. That's the goal for the year. That's my that's what I'm trying to do, and I've been doing it so far. It's only been a month. Though. Coming up on Tuesday. Tuesday's the end of the month. So on Wednesday I'll do the well. It's funny how we're using the StreamYard today, and I will be doing the StreamYard deposit into BAM Brookfield on Wednesday. That'll be about $30. So that's kind of that, and just carrying on with the regular deposits on the channel. And it's interesting. I didn't necessarily see the thing with VDY. There's no big drop on it. Most people I think that buy that aren't trading it necessarily. It's buy and hold. So there wasn't any kind of drop in price after that dividend. I didn't really notice anything. But something we'll have to keep an eye on, I guess, for whatever reason. It's kind of a big drop. I don't know why that would be. That would be a question for Candace. Do a deep dive on BTC.Y and why the dividend is so terrible next month or this month. Because I don't know. Let me go back to the following, even the previous, like beginning of the year. It wasn't something to do with that. It was January. Yeah, it was 13. It was consistent. It's been consistent all year, except for now, for whatever reason. Even if we go back, I'm just trying to see if I catch anything. Yeah, the odd time, but nothing jumps out like that. If we go way back, probably back in 2020 would be the last time. It was drowned. It jumped way up and then kind of kept going. I don't know. Bizarro. Yeah, that's I guess the thing. It is kind of a dividend. They pay monthly dividends, so it's like you don't necessarily. It's not like a high. It's not a super high. It's not a super high yield or anything, but it's. It's decent, but it's not. But it's usually pretty consistent, right? But they do have some growth, and we're seeing growth in it right now. It's been doing well. It's one of the few in my portfolio that are up. So the growth it's been coming. It's been decent. So pretty happy. I'm still happy with it. Not going to be. It's pretty diversified in Canadian. In the Canadian financials, oil that I'm happy with it. It keeps. I don't have any complaints, so not too worried about that one. And that's it. I'm still thrown off today from the thing. I had some other things saved, but it all closed off. I changed my computer. But anyways, updates for the channel. It's always good to mention. There's been a few. I've had a few comments. People watching going back and watching the old videos, which is awesome. It's been really helping out the channel. Speaking of growth, I guess if we're talking about that, is the channel's been growing, which is awesome. A few new subscribers coming in, which is great. It's always a good sign. I think when we see subscribers kind of joining joining the channel means the market, maybe people are paying a bit more attention to it, which is great. And so we have, a few new subscribers, and we also have a lot of people commenting, but a lot of people watching a lot of the old videos. Candace, thanks. I saw you tuned in to, you said, a couple of the old live streams, which was awesome, much appreciated. I know a lot of people actually watch the replays on stuff, so every view counts. We're getting really close to being so I'd be able to flip on the ads here and get some extra money from YouTube, from Google and YouTube, which will be nice when that finally happens. I think I'm putting my bets on it. I was hoping to have it kind of by my birthday's next week, end of the month. Probably not going to happen by then, but I think by the end of by the end of February, we will be hopefully that's the goal, be monetized. So we'll keep going. I do appreciate everybody that kind of tunes in, watches. Paul had watched a bunch of videos and actually commented. I was looking back, it's kind of it's still, even though it's not like, we're not I guess the next step is the monetized thing, but Paul was watching some of the old videos, and I actually had he made a comment on the video, and I posted this video. It was my sixth update on the TFSA. At the time, it's funny to look back in these. Cineplex was up like 20%. I should have sold it back then. I think I sold it when I was up about 10. If I have to go back and check, but Cineplex was up, like, my video was like, Cineplex was up 21%. It was posted on, when the heck did I post this? It was done on. Let me search it on July 3rd of 2021, and that's when I hit. That's when for that video, that's when I hit 100 subscribers, and you're celebrating 100. So it's fun to go back and see the milestones that the channel hits it's because of everybody that's watching, right? It's not I can't do it by myself, so it's nice. Oh, sorry, it wasn't July, it was June. I sold, I think, in July, June 6th, 2021. So that's when I hit 100 subscribers, and it was pretty awesome to see. And it's pretty cool to see the channel, still growing. And I always say, go back. There's some interesting, in the videos. Go back and check some of them out if you haven't. If you're new to the channel, or if you've been watching for a while, there might be some you missed. There's usually, hopefully, you can find some nuggets of information somehow in some of those old videos. But it's just it's fun to look back and how the channel's growing, how the portfolio's growing, and how much I'm learning from all of you that are helping out with the channel. Helps me with the channel, but it helps me with my portfolio. Well, one of the ones, the great suggestion from all the people in the chat and the crew, is the diversified royalty. Is happy with that. So you don't steer each other. Don't steer me wrong. So that one's doing quite well. That's we'll be keeping that one. I will need a suggestion for something to pick up once we get to. We'll do another fun one like that for the live stream, because we're coming up on the 100th live stream. This is number. Well, now it's 81. Because of technical difficulties, but technically episode 80. So I think for the 100th episode, I'll ask if 100 shares of something. So keep that in mind. If you have suggestions already, maybe put them in the chat. Do I get another 100 shares of div? Or is there something else? Obviously, it has to be within reason. I can't afford. I don't have. I can't afford too much. Share has to be decently priced to make it, doable. But maybe some suggestions are always appreciated. And Hub Studio, always good to have you. First time here, Hub Studio Creatives. I like that name. That's great. Let me know what I'll have to check out what you do. But sounds interesting. New to your channel, always great to have you here. It's a good group of people. If you have questions about investing, we're Canadians. I'm not sure where you're from. So mostly Canadians are in the chat for the most part. Although we do get the odd American that is on interested in investing. Maybe they come and listen for my accent or something, but I don't know. It's but let us know in the comments. But welcome. It's always good to have new people that aren't that are joining. Always good. Always good. Always good to have people finding the live stream. One comment I did have on the community tab. Oh, BuzzFeed, yeah. That's a good comment. Thanks for bringing that up. I love how we can kind of go in these directions, MC. But yeah, BuzzFeed is basically saying that they are going to be starting to use. This is the funny thing about BuzzFeed. They're going to be starting to use ChatGPT for some of their writing, and a lot of the comments I heard about that is uh, it's kind of like, yeah, AI is like the buzzword of 2023, but BuzzFeed, but they're going to start to use it for writing. And a lot of comments I read on Twitter about it was saying, oh, finally their writing will improve. Because if you do follow BuzzFeed, it's obviously pretty light. It's not, it's clickbaity. It's meant as, kind of more entertainment versus education. That's for sure. But interesting use of ChatGPT. There we go. Right. I don't remember. I was the 2017 craze for Long Island iced tea. I don't know what that actually was. I'll have to search that out, MC. That was before before I started learning and digging into any kind of crypto. So I missed that. But the BuzzFeed is interesting. BuzzFeed, I think their shares were up huge. Let me just see where they're at now. BuzzFeed. Still up. Yeah. Let me pull that up on Google and share that so we can actually they're up actually huge. There we go. Oops, let me get my icon out of there. They're up 78.23% today. That's crazy. In the past, there we go. In the past week, 5 days, up 292.67%. If anybody bought BuzzFeed, good on you. Somebody's doing somebody's doing well on BuzzFeed. Insanity, yeah. They doubled yesterday. I saw that and I saw it yesterday. I'm like, gosh, should I put $100 in BuzzFeed? But obviously maybe I should, maybe I should have. That's too funny to chase these things. Don't chase. I guess that's a suggestion though, is don't go chasing these things if you're not sure. It's always fun, kind of fun to see these things go, like you said, double up and go crazy. But don't put your money, don't put money in things that don't go chasing. Not recommended to go chasing stuff by any means. But there we go. BuzzFeed doing quite well. Would have been a good trade for somebody. So chat GPT for the win. There'll be all sorts of YouTube channels now following the charts of does BuzzFeed become a meme stock right now? We'll see what happens. But crazy, yeah, that popped up yesterday on there. Oh, okay, that's what happened. So all these random companies would be using blockchain, and the stock would go crazy, but totally unrelated blockchain companies. Yeah. So some of the ones like you see on companies too, MC, is like they'll start to launch like NFTs and stuff like that. I mean, Starbucks is, I think, using is it Polygon? I could be wrong. Starbucks using Polygon Matic for their rewards or something like that. And different things somehow. They talked about it. But yeah, definitely kind of lots of random stuff with that. I mean, I know some have gotten into NFTs and stuff. Doesn't Adidas do NFTs? I think Porsche car, I think they started to do it as well. If you see it, I don't know. You got to be careful with crypto. That's for sure. They're like BuzzFeed stocks, right? They can go crazy. They can go down just as fast, and it's they're all kind of very speculative and not for everybody, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Nike did as well. That's right, they did. Um, I mean, some interesting things for sure, kind of happening with crypto and that kind of stuff. I I'm following more. I kind of follow what's happening with Bitcoin and the Lightning Network more so than other crypto and NFTs. I think there's some kind of neat stuff possibly going to be coming with the Lightning Network. Um, I would say for crypto. I mean, obviously, you see my portfolio on my TFSA has the Bitcoin yield, and I do have that, Ethereum and Bitcoin ETF, which is doing quite well as well. I should have probably started to average cost down. I mean, down, but again, it's okay. But outside of that, I do have, like, I use Shakepay, so I get my shaking sats. But there's some neat things kind of happening, I find, with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Lightning, especially as payments. There's a they've done a new app. There's a new app with there's a new Bitcoin magazine app that I saw came out, and it actually pays you. It's small portions, but it's just kind of neat. So what happens is advertisers will obviously pay to have their articles on there, or Bitcoin magazine does somehow, but they pay you in satoshis over Lightning as you're reading articles. So if it's the article you're going to read, they'll pay you, it could be 5 satoshis. Some of them could be 500 or 50. It's different things like that if you read an article. There's also a podcast app that I use that I found through Twitter. It watches regular podcasts, but what can happen is if podcasters are looking to advertise their stream, obviously people want to advertise their content to get to more people. They pay in via Lightning over with Bitcoin satoshis, and it is, as a viewer, a portion of that, as you're streaming, comes back to you. So it's kind of a way that it pays you to listen, but also find possibly new streams. So not every stream is monetized, but some of them are. But then also too, people can, much like on YouTube, once you're monetized on YouTube, you can have channel memberships and stuff like that. And this podcast app, what we'll do is, people, if they want to basically like tip the creator, they can tip via the Lightning Network, and it gives basically a pool of funds. And what happens is, as the tip gets used up, a portion goes to the creator, but then a portion gets used to push that stream out to other people as well, so other people will find it. So it's kind of interesting ways of using Bitcoin and using the Lightning Network. I think that's what kind of fascinates me a little bit. I think more so than say NFTs and things like that with Nike. But I get them, right? Like, and if Nike's big on NFTs, I get why people collect shoes. I get why people would collect like an NFT of a shoe. It sounds silly, but an NFT of a shoe. I get people that, I get collection stuff. I understand that. So if maybe Nike releases a special edition shoes, and part of that comes tied into with an NFT that you get. So it confirms your ownership and the legitimacy of that shoe, right? To show that it's the actual, not a knockoff or not a counterfeit, product. I could see even some high-end goods possibly doing NFT stuff with their products, right? Just to try and stop counterfeiting somehow, that kind of thing. Yeah, interesting. Lots happening. I mean, crypto is still so new, right? There's just people trying to figure out what to do with it a lot of times. And I think as we it will really take off when people are using it but don't realize they're using it. In regards to that, and it's simpler. It's still a learning curve for the general person. But I mean, if we talk about payments, something like on the Lightning Network, it's no different than really tapping. If you have your phone, it's no different than tapping your Visa tap card at a merchant. It's just the only difference would be over Lightning, and but it's that learning curve, because I think 10 years ago, you're trying to teach someone that you could just tap it wasn't around, saying, why would I ever tap my phone on there? It's not secure or whatever. It'll come, but always interesting what's out there and what's new. No shortage of articles and things to read. So yeah. And they acquired RTFKT. I'm just going to bookmark that, MC, so I can kind of see, because I virtual sneakers and collectibles. There we go. There's no shortage of definitely no shortage of NFTs and stuff available online. Yeah, I actually bought one on. There's this chain called Stargaze, and it's not expensive. And there was ones that they did. There were kids drawings. I think I talked about this in the stream. They were kids drawings turned into NFTs, and proceeds of the mint and any kind of resale of them. The proceeds went to help build a school in Uganda. So it's kind of a fun way of, for charities to raise money. So they were doing that, and it can get they basically, what happens is a portion of it off the top via the blockchain sends them those tokens, and then they can obviously do what they want. They would obviously sell them, cash them in, and use it to help build the school. So there's some updates. Like, I've been following along a little bit. They keep kind of posting pictures and stuff, how the schools are being built and that kind of thing. And then once they have students in the school, they'll have them at one point do new drawings to be able to mint as NFTs, and then just to keep kind of raising money again on that. So kind of a neat idea, and just a kind of a way to use the blockchain for good. There we go. Well, we're coming up at 9 o'clock. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's always appreciated. It's thanks for sticking through the technical difficulties of the stream. I don't know what was wrong, but we made it on plan C. I will have to sort that out and figure out what the heck is going wrong. So you might actually see another live stream on the weekend if I can make sure everything is working properly. I'll probably have to just do some software updates, or something causing me cord, or something causing me some static. I don't know why, but hey, that's the breaks. But it's good to know that StreamYard pulled through for our live stream on the Friday. It is Friday again. TGIF. I will get for those that are watching, I will get a channel update done like over the weekend. It's always do it after the markets close. Hopefully, I think we're having it seems to be maybe an okay day today. We'll have to see how everything pans out. It's been bumpy out there, of course, as usual. Nothing that's not surprising. But happy investing, everybody. If you're buying today, that's great. It's always good to have people investing, saving, and moving forward that way. Slow and steady wins the race. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna duck out now. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. Obviously, if you're commenting, you're subscribed. I really appreciate everybody that does watch. To the new viewer, Hub Studio Creatives, thanks for tuning in. And for everybody else, have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and I will be back on a live stream on Monday at 8 o'clock, and hopefully it works. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.